Dave Chappelle's comments on Israel and Hamas trigger walkouts at his Boston show. Oh, that's what they say happened. We really don't know. So he went off the cuff and he started talking about an upbeat topic. All the people that got slaughtered in Gaza. Dave Chappelle's remarks on Israel draw cheers and walkouts in Boston. So he said he only briefly talked about Israel-Hamas conflict. Oh, that's what they're calling it. At a show in Boston last week, drawing cheers from some audience members and causing others to walk out as he decried the humanitarian crisis unfolding at the Gaza Strip. This set was on Thursday. The first pair of shows Mr. Chappelle held at Boston's TD Garden, and no jokes or commentary about the war had been planned. So it sounds like someone in the audience set Dave off. Chappelle's remarks were first reported by the Wall Street Journal. And look, perhaps 200 people in a roughly 7,000-person audience had departed toward the end of the show. Now, here's the thing, guys, and this is why this is important, other than the fact that Dave Chappelle was speaking on an issue that is timely, which is kind of what he does, right? Yeah, he talks about stuff that happens in the world. He doesn't just do, jokes about his dog or about food. I'm not saying anything wrong with like Jim Gaffigan with the food jokes. I'm fat. Got Twinkies. But Dave Chappelle, he's a topical comic and then talks about relevant issues in a humorous way, but thoughtful, very thoughtful way. So that's what he does. So I don't know, if you go to a Dave Chappelle show and there's a war going on, what do you think he's gonna say? You think it's possible if you go to a Dave Chappelle concert, this is the guy who did 40 minutes or 30 minutes talking about George Floyd. And that was considered a stand-up special. So you go to that guy's show doing a war and you don't expect him to talk about it? Just seems crazy, man. Seems crazy. That's what he does. That's his MO. Must have been white folks, because I don't care how mad I got at Dave Chappelle. I know his tickets are not cheap. And if I pay to go see Dave Chappelle, and he say something I don't like, I cannot like it in my car, or I cannot like it in my seat. I'm going to have to not like it in my seat, because I'm going to watch the rest of this damn show and hope he moves past this part. That's me. That's my economic situation. Your situation may be different. You don't get a refund because you don't like that part of the movie. This joke sucked. Well, don't come next time. So Dave Chappelle speaking up on this issue, that's the first thing I want to get to. Totally acceptable. It's what to be expected. It's why he's a great, if not the greatest of this era. Some say the greatest of all time. Second thing, what he had to say. What did he say, Tim? What did he say that was so bad that people said that they were booing? If my memory serves me correctly, nothing really. He started off saying everything he was supposed to say, if you're not a sadistic killer. He said there is no excuse for innocent people being slaughtered. The attacks, I don't support that. The Hamas attacks on the Israelis, I don't support that. But, and then he said he also doesn't support what's happening to Gaza and the Palestinians. So, I don't see what he said that was so wrong, but there are people that don't respect this idea. And it used to be something we thought was cool to say, everybody stop shooting. That's wrong to say now.
Things have changed.
White people are crazy.
You walk up, you see two people fighting, hey, break it up. You don't go, you keep punching, I'm gonna grab you. That's called jumping. That's called watch your back later because somebody might shoot you. Get what I'm saying? Like, when you walk up, you see a fight, it's, hey, break the fight up. Hey, you go grab him, I grab him. But there are people now who are so warped, they think if you don't walk up and grab and hold one of the guys so they can get punched, that you're not doing the right thing. So it's crazy. All Dave Chappelle was doing was saying, stop. Hammer time. So that's one reason why they got upset. Then they got upset because he said he didn't think it was correct he didn't think it was right to cut off people's water, air, electricity, internet, access to medical supplies, like all this stuff for all these people. And I gotta agree with him. Yeah, people were reporting on the Dave Chappelle story and didn't have even the guts to say they agree with him. They just read it. Oh, Dave Chappelle did this thing. And, I love Dave. And he did this and he thought this. And there goes your news. They're so scared of even pissing off people that don't watch him that they won't even say they agree with him when he says, hey, it's wrong to cut off. Just imagine, man, we got gangs in every state of this country. We got white supremacist groups in every state of this country. If a white supremacist group or a gang or whatever does anything in your state, do you think it's okay to bomb your state to try to get at those white supremacists? Nah. Because Kentucky ain't the same thing as the Klan. There's some Klan members in Kentucky. There's also some good old boys and some good old women. I know it's some good people in Kentucky. My brother's in Kentucky. Jacoy Arthur, that's his name. He's a council member out of Louisville. They have a Klan problem in Kentucky. Right here. I mean, black folks got a Klan problem. Because Kentucky seems to be okay with their Klan problem. So to them, it's not really a problem. If there's some Klan members or some skinheads in Oklahoma, they skin some heads, they do something crazy, they go out. That doesn't mean you could bomb Oklahoma. So that's sort of the way I'm looking at this. And it's like, it's crazy that they conflate Hamas with everybody that lives in Gaza. Everybody in Gaza. And I'm looking at numbers, it's like thousands of people dead. And you think it's wrong to say stop? I saw somebody on TikTok, I forget who it was. And they said, one side has the ability to cut off the internet, the air, the water, the electricity, everything. And one side can't. Yeah, I'm gonna have to root with the side that don't have any of that power. Because if you ain't got that type of power, you can't be the oppressor. Like when it's like, for lack of a better way to put this, if you got some inmates that rise up against the jail, right? The rise is up are not the problem. You better check the conditions of the jail, because that's why inmates rise up, other than they want to escape too, right? But you know what I'm saying? Like, I know somebody said, shut up, Dave, and I don't know why they did that. No, I do know that Dave Chappelle is a free black man. I know it's a lot of free black men don't like it when people tell them to shut up while they doing their job. Yeah, they don't like people telling them to shut up and how to do the job. So, yeah, I think that's probably what set Dave Chappelle off. It says here, after initially declining to engage, Chappelle, who has not hesitant to address controversial issues, raised concerns about the way a group of Harvard students had been treated after writing an anti-Israel letter. At that point, an audience member yelled, he should shut up. There you go. That's what did it. That's what did it. Yeah, Dave Chappelle said something crazy like, he doesn't think that those college kids should be denied jobs because they support Palestine. Yeah. And that was enough for someone to stand their ass up in I thought it was a 22,000 arena. You know? I think this said 17,000, but I thought it was 22,000. So 17,000, we go with the smaller number. Still, that's pretty bold for you to stand up in a place that holds 17,000 people and ruin it for everyone, because he says these kids, college kids, should not be Because people saying they're going to take away their ability to get a job because they support Palestine. And he disagrees with that. What do you expect a creative person to do? That's what I'm trying to understand. What did you think Dave Chappelle thought? Like some things we should have figured out. What did you think he thought? He's a comedian. You think he believes the kids shouldn't have freedom of speech? And if they speak up about how they feel about a war, that they should never be able to get a job? You really thought that's what a comedian, an artist, a creative would think? So it's like, I see a lot of this, like they could try to control you, right? And if you don't have the same opinion that they have, then they want to attack you. But it's a no-brainer that this is the way Dave Chappelle would feel. He's Dave Chappelle, he's a comedian. And you know who I fought? Trevor Noah. Yeah, Trevor Noah. Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah. Stephen Colbert. Yeah, I fought those guys. Those BS, those horrible comedians, those soft, squishy, Pillsbury doughish, back bent so you can step on it, cowardly. You know, that's what they are, man. These are not real comedians. This is not Lenny Bruce, George Carlin, Richard Pryor type folks. These are not bold, outspoken. This is not Cat Williams, Corey Holcombs. They're not bold like our comedians who say what they feel and feel what they say and say it loud. You know, these people have got conditioned. Listen to these coward-ass comedians fold like lawn chairs into whatever the establishment wants, just so they can put more money in their pocket. It goes back to what I brought up in the beginning of the show, y'all, when I was saying how celebrities have changed. Once upon a time, the comedians that we revered were comedians that took chances. They were comedians who spoke the truth. But see, some people think Dave Chappelle should be like Jimmy Kimmel and make a bunch of Trump jokes. Trump's hands are small. Look how small his hands are. You know, that means something. You know what that is. Oh, his hair is orange. He's orange. Look at his hair. You know, corny jokes like that. And nothing really funny, nothing risky, nothing that hits home. Nothing about society, if it's not kissing butt, saying how brave an overweight person is, or how tough. You know, just any type of pandering. That's what I'm saying. Just pandering, and that's not even, it's just horrible what's happened to comedy. And I think that's what's led people to believe that other comedians are going to be like that, and they should not be like that. Thank God they're not like that, and they should not be that way. And Dave Chappelle should be able to speak his mind on his show, and you should be able to exercise your legs and your rights to walk the hell out. And I'm glad you did it. I feel you. Because if it's a 22,000 or a 17,000 person venue, and 100 of y'all get up, that's more room for the rest of us. Yeah. You already paid, man. Get out of here. Last thing about Dave Chappelle, and I'll say is this. I agree with Dave Chappelle on this, and I agree with Dave Chappelle on other points he's made. And also his ability or his freedom to make those points. Because I don't believe every joke is a statement. When I hear someone talking about Palestinians or war, I don't think he's making a joke. There was no punchline. That I take as a statement. But it's funny that there are some people who support this but wouldn't support other statements or other jokes that he made because those were too mean. But now they don't understand how some of the Jewish folks who were upset felt. It always takes me back to that Dave Chappelle point where he says, everything's funny when it's not happening to you. That's exactly true, man. And I guess he just got so used to seeing it. I make this joke about trans and I'm dead, but if I make this joke about the blacks, everything cool. We're the only ones that don't come after him, you know? All you gotta do is try to dance like us for about 2 minutes and we go, it's okay. It's okay. He loves our culture. What are we gonna do? You know, what are we gonna do? Can you dance? Can you dance like us? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So anyway, Dave Chappelle. And last thing, my bad. This is really the last point I want to make on Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle, we don't even know if this story is really true. Like, somebody in the audience says, hey, man, people are walking out. Or everybody walked out. It could be like 2 guys. It could be like 2 guys who want to get back to the hotel. It's Boston. We don't know. Yeah? It's Boston. There's a lot of reasons why people might want to leave. But I'm just saying, we don't know how many people really left. No one was like counting people. No one's counting. No one knows. I guess they would know when they got to the door, but no one asked the venue. I don't know how you know how many people left. Who was the person who's covering this story? There's no footage, there's no audio, there's no video, it's nothing. It's just somebody saying stuff on Reddit. Oh, what the hell? All this trouble because Dave Chappelle says you can't kill innocent civilians like that, and the whole world stood silently and watches. People got to speak up, man. People got to speak up, and that's all he did.
It's on the game, though, right?
Hey family, you've been listening to an excerpt from Tim Black's Black Table Video Podcast. Tim was in his bag tonight. I know, right? Why not become a VIP member? Starting at only $5 a month, it's affordable and easy. Get exclusive content first. Support Black independent media that's not tied to a political party. If we want content that's real and for the people must fund it. Go to jointimblack.com, and as always, don't let nobody take your cornbread. When they ask, why do you subscribe to the Tim Black Show? Why? Just tell them it's a new day.